congratulations on your success, young man.
Thank
You
you.
hold your head up, all right? You guys have had a most magnificent season.
Thank
And you
you.
did a great job out there today.
Appreciate
so you
it.
just hold your head up, okay?
Thank
and
you,
ladies
ma'am.
and gentlemen, Duval, you the one, all
Thank
right?
you, ma'am.
keep it going. We got another season, okay?
I appreciate
Take
it.
care and much continued success to you and the entire team.
Thank you, ma'am.
Because this also has a lot of mixed emotions and how people are responding to
Yes,
this.
yes.
So Adam Schefter wrote, this is an awesome post-game exchange between a reporter and Jags head coach. But then Mark Long, who's an AP reporter, kind of went in on this.
Yes.
And he said nothing awesome about this, called you fake media,
Talk
said
to
that
me.
you shouldn't even have been up there asking those kind of questions.
Oh.
So when you
Oh.
heard that, how did that make you feel?
I don't take no offense to it. Listen, I've been in this business more than 25 years. I've interviewed from Barack Obama to Terry Bradshaw to, what's my guy named Tiger Woods. So he can say whatever he wants about fake news.
Just roll
I am
that
a
off.
member of the Black Press, NNPA, the National Newspaper Association that's been around more than 100 years. I'm the associate editor of the Jacksonville Free Press, one of the more than 230 African-American newspapers still printing in this country today. In Jacksonville, you have the Florida Star since 1955. We've been around since 1986. In Philadelphia, the Philly Tribune has been printing since 1884.
We
in my
hear you, Lynn.
hometown
Yeah,
in Detroit,
yeah.
the Michigan Chronicle has been printing since 1935. So support the Black Press. So you can call me fake all you want to, honey. I've been doing this a long time.
let me tell you something,
People
too.
know me.
This female reporter, I think her name is Lynn Jones or Lynn Johnson. Now, I swear I wasn't going to talk about this, but I talked about it. I kept seeing it. So apparently, you will see, and I'm going to keep these short. You will see her basically encouraging Lynn Coen for having a great season and said, keep your head up and being encouraged. I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of us who grew up, especially millennials, Gen Xers, baby boomers, we didn't make the team, or, we made missed a goal or didn't get accepted to the college we wanted to get into. We might have failed riding a bike. We might have failed helping, fix some shit around the house and got yelled at by granddad or dad. And our grandmothers and mothers would tell us to keep our head up and be strong and, keep them. That's where the encouragement come in. And that's what you don't have anymore. You don't have that balance. That masculine balance is teaching you discipline and structure in the Black households, like even in some white households. Yeah, you gotta do it, and how to operate under pressure, and then you get the emotional support from the woman. Now you got the woman trying to be both, and it's conflict. It's, you get from here, get from there. Then after you get chewed out by your pops, your mother here, grandmother here, and then your pops come back and explain to you what really happened and how you got to operate, right? But I think some people had a problem with her being a Black woman telling a white man and encouraging him having a great season. Now, she says she's been a journalist for 30 years. I believe she says she's, done interviews with, Barack Obama. She's done interviews with, I think she said Michael Jackson, don't quote me on that, and I'll see him Obama. So she's very seasoned, you know what I'm saying? She's very seasoned in the game. That's somebody's grandmother, mother. At the end of the day, I think she was being genuine. I think down there in Duval County, it was a lot of excitement. I thought they could have made. I thought I picked them to go to the Super Bowl, and they came up short. Liam Coen was he was very character. I mean, very like animated, and he's one of those engaging guys. You know what I'm saying? He talks well. You can see why he got the job. I think he did an amazing job down there. He's very engaging. It's kind of like one of them speakers. You remember them speakers used to come to the school? You got some speakers, but you got some speakers that be like, but then the dragon, he's very animated. And I just think a lot of people down there in the media gravitated towards him. They loved him down there. He was a great pickup from Tampa. I think he did a good job. And I think most people are looking at it from the standpoint, oh, she kissing up to this white man. And I just think that's genuinely looking at her. I just think, that's genuinely her personality. And I dare not grow in on a woman of that age who's been around for 30 years. Now, the other problem was Jamil Hill. Basically, I put on the screen, she said something about her, talking about she had to be new in the game to say that was awesome. At the end of the day, the Jaguars had a home playoff game. They won a division. They've been in the bottom of the barrel, just like with Jamil Hill's from where I'm from, Detroit. And they had a great game. They should have won the game. And she said they had an awesome season by their standards. That is an awesome season. Okay. Even Detroit Lions GM came up there and said a success for them after this season was going to the playoffs to have a chance to compete for a Super Bowl. That nobody really caught that part, not to win the Super Bowl. But there's no here nor there. Check out Detroit's channel links in the description. A lot of people got mad at Jamil Hill. A lot of black men have been saying that Jamil Hill been on some Coen shit. That's what the brothers be saying. You know what I'm saying? I remember she wrote that article, Straight Men Are the New Gay something. Also, she used the brother that she did the show with on ESPN. He followed her Black Power League, got both of them fired. And like I said, it's just, I think a lot of black women now struggling to get jobs is just due to how y'all portray yourself in the media, the attitude, the I'm not taking no shit. Y'all, and that's what a lot of black men have been dealing with in the households from their mothers, grandmothers, from the women that they deal with. I think the world are starting to see the mask being put off black women. The mask was, oh, black men are just terrible. Fuck black men, it's black men. And everybody ran off with that narrative because it was Brad and Becky put that in the media. Black women put that out there. And I think the internet has really showed how a lot of black women have a chip on their shoulder, whereas, they feel like everybody against them. And the attitudes and the vitriol that they just have. We've seen them fighting more than ever. We've seen them, going to jail at Starbucks and stuff of that nature. But, a lot of people, it takes for one of them to not just swirl. They accept the swirl. It takes one of them to attack another one for people to really see. But when you're a black woman is attacking a black man, it's justified. I mean, let's just keep it a bean. But I don't have nothing bad to say about the lady. The lady seemed sweet. When I first heard it, I'm like, I thought it was encouraging. I know Liam Coen. I've been following the Jaguars all year. You like the guy. What you see is, you like him. And I can see why the media, has an affection for him down there. So I knew that, but people didn't do their research and don't really know. But hey, check out the Real 101 playlist. Check out the music entertainment playlist, NFL playlist. Hit the link tree. You can find me on Patreon, X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram. Peace.
So much happened this morning on Good Morning Jacksonville on First Coast News Plus. We had a jam-packed show. We talked to none other than Jacksonville's favorite auntie, Miss Lynn Jones. We talked about that viral moment. We all know what happened. And we got a chance to talk a little in depth about exactly how she felt when the criticism came in and the critics came in. She also mentioned how she was just so full of life and love when she saw that Miss Bernice A. King, Martin Luther King Jr.'s daughter, reposted her post and said more people need to be like Miss Jones. So she was happy about that, but she also clapped back a little bit to Miss Jamel Hill, who had a little something to say on Twitter. Look.
Girl, they say this reporter here and the gentleman critiquing all of what I said. And Jamila, I said most magnificent. I did not say awesome. Okay?
Correction.
Correct that. Journalism.
Yeah.
Corrected.
With a capital J.
Okay.
So the interview that we did with Miss Lynn Jones lasted about 10 minutes long, and you can see that full interview on firstcoastnews.com as well as First Coast News' YouTube page. Honestly, it's definitely something that you want to listen to because she had a lot to say, and she spoke live, not into just Liam Coen, but to many of our viewers this morning on Good Morning Jacksonville. Something that you want to take advantage of and listen to. She also mentioned a very special message from Bernice King, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s daughter, saying how it was so inspiring to see her repost her words of encouragement for the world. For First Coast News on your side, I'm Jasmine Monroe.
For all the haters that came after Lynn Jones, reporter for the Jacksonville Free Press, your mama didn't teach you any manners, didn't teach you how to behave. She's a 20-year reporter who congratulated Coach Coen after the game for a great season, told him to keep his head up. She was obviously proud. Duval, you the one. And she's ready for next year. And you going to come after her? You're going to tell her that's not professional? Why, you jealous you didn't think of it first? And that's not why she did it. But you guys are so busy after the game wanting to ask the coach and the players, like, what do you think you did wrong? Where was the mistake? No, She's a class act that you can't even hold a candle to. And don't come after us. This is Duval County. We are redneck, and we take care of our own. So you stay in your lane, and we will stay in ours. It is time to move on. We will see you next season.